Welcome to the Healing Tapestry podcast, the collective stories of nurses. I am your host, Kristen.
And I'm your host, Jenny. This podcast is a heartfelt project for both of us. Born from our own journeys as nurses and as people, we believe in the power of shared stories to heal, connect, and restore.
This tapestry begins with threads from our own lived experiences, moments of struggle, resilience, recovery, and growth. From there, we're joined by fellow nurses who will share their stories of navigating mental health challenges, substance use, burnout, and rediscovering purpose and emotional health on the other side.
Our hope is that as you listen, your heart may be encouraged, that you'll find practical tools, hear echoes of your own journey, and discover the strength that comes from being part of a community woven together in empathy, courage, and hope.
This is more than a podcast. It's a movement toward a nursing culture where wellness thrives, where challenges can be voiced without fear, and where connection through story becomes a foundation for support.
This is a place where your story matters and where together we flourish.
Before we kick off the first season of this podcast, Conversations with Remarkable Nurses, Jenny and I wanted to take a moment to share a bit of our own stories, so you, our listeners, can get to know us not just as hosts, but as fellow nurses walking this road too.
Like many of you, we're nurses first. I'm Jenny and I work as a psych nurse. I've been a nurse for approximately 6 years, and what I find most fulfilling about my work is the human connection side of things. Giving empathetic care isn't just a duty, it's where the healing really happens, and sometimes the tears, but in a good way.
And I'm Kristen. I work in an emergency department, and I have been practicing for 34 years, which is unbelievable to me. And like Jenny, I've been shaped by the joys and the challenges that come with this work. One of my biggest joys is connecting with patients and making their time at the hospital a little less stressful, making them smile, and of course, getting that difficult IV stick on the first try.
Of course, we are not just nurses. We are also mothers, daughters, partners, friends. We live full lives outside of our scrubs, just like you do.
We have passions that fuel us beyond the workplace. I love kayaking and traveling. These parts of life help keep me centered.
And I love reading and snuggling with my dog, Kenzie. This reminds me that we are human first and that joy matters too.
But there's one passion that Jenny and I share deeply, and that's helping nurses flourish. We believe that storytelling is one of the most powerful tools that we have. Stories can break down shame, connect us to one another, and remind us that we're not alone in what we carry.
Every nurse carries stories, and today we want to share a part of ours with you, not because they're polished, but because they are real.
I want to share a part of my journey that began with anxiety and depression and eventually led to substance use. It started in college. I was thrilled to be on my own, but utterly unprepared for the anxiety that came with it. Alcohol became my escape, a way to quiet the unease. Soon I was drinking more than my peers, and it took me 6 years to earn my 4-year degree. For a long time, depression settled in alongside my anxiety. I was overwhelmed by my work as a nurse, even though I loved it, and my home life was hard. I was a single mother. I was introduced to Percocet after a surgical procedure. I just wanted to cope, to numb, to escape, to feel better. In a moment of vulnerability, I crossed a line at work, taking leftover medications after a case. My turning point was when that drug diversion was discovered. I lost my job, my nursing license, and spent 4 months incarcerated. That experience was a profound wake-up call. I hated jail, and it ignited a fierce determination in me to change. I threw myself into recovery, and I'm incredibly proud to say I have been in recovery for 20 years now. Eventually, I regained my nursing license and returned to the profession that I love. In 2021, I founded the Wisconsin Peer Alliance for Nurses, or WISPAN, where I now serve as president. My greatest hope is that nurses will find the support they need through WISPAN so they can not only survive, but truly thrive in the demanding yet rewarding job of nursing.
My journey with substances began early. Raised by my grandmother because my teenage parents were unable to, I grew up feeling abandoned and struggling with low confidence. Alcohol became my false solution in high school, offering a fleeting sense of belonging and confidence. What I initially thought was normal college binge drinking slowly spiraled into a full blown alcohol use disorder. Life brought its own heartbreaks. After having my second son, years of infertility tests revealed I could not have any more children due to premature ovarian failure. This devastated me, plunging me deeper into depression and guilt. Alcohol became my constant companion, starting with wine and then moving to vodka, my addict mind telling me it was easier to hide and it wouldn't smell. I falsely believed becoming a nurse, a career I had always wanted, would fix me. I struggled through nursing school with cycles of sobriety and relapse, finally becoming an RN in 2019. Then COVID-19 hit. My med-surg unit became a COVID unit, and the overwhelming reality of sick, dying patients, constant policy changes, and high staff anxiety pushed me further into numbing my feelings with alcohol. My struggles continued with terrifying benders leading to DUIs, lost friendships, and broken trust. Inpatient rehab, partial hospitalization, and IOP became a part of my life. My rock bottom came one morning when I went to work intoxicated. My manager noticed, led me to employee health, and I was terminated for impairment. Devastated and consumed by guilt and shame, I self-reported to the Board of Nursing. My license was suspended, and I eventually entered a 5-year monitoring program, which entailed random drug testing, therapy, mandatory meetings, and employer notification. Despite the hardships, I was grateful for the chance to continue being a nurse. One night, I was watching a news story called A Drug-Addicted Nurse Pardoned. It spoke of a nurse, Kristen, who struggled with substances and founded a peer support program. That story about Wispan ignited a flicker of hope. I reached out, began attending meetings, and eventually became a board member. It has taken me a long time to understand that I am not a bad person, but someone with a disease. I've learned that while I can't make it disappear, I can live a happy, fulfilling life in recovery, dedicated to supporting other nurses.
Just like us, you have your own story. Whether it's loud or quiet, messy or still unfolding, your story matters. We hope this podcast becomes a place where nurses from all across the United States and even beyond can share openly, be heard, and feel less alone.
We're excited for you to join us in our first full episode where we will speak with Dr. April Lensmeyer about her journey through substance use and into recovery. Follow us on social media or visit our website to stay updated on future episodes. We would truly love to hear from you.
This is Healing Tapestry, a space where your story matters and where together we flourish.